Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Bloodborne Hunter from Figma. This is a game I haven't played. I think it's PlayStation exclusive, right? Yeah, it is. And I don't have a PlayStation, so I haven't played it, but it looked really cool, and a lot of people really liked the figure and the game, and somebody asked me to review it, so here it is. Thank you to the person, I don't know if you want me to say your name, who let me borrow their figure so that I could review it. It's a pretty cool figure, guys. I'm going to tell you right up front, so there's probably some things you want to stick around for and see, because it's cool. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands to the top of the hat about 16 centimeters, let's say 15 to the top of the head, which makes him just shy of 6 inches to the top of the head, about 6¼ ish to the top of the hat. I know those are not very precise, but it's enough for you to get an idea. I mean, if you want the exact measurement, go to the manufacturer website and you can see it, but this is definitely a good enough idea for you to decide if it'll fit into your collection. So Figma is known for taking pretty much everything and making it look like an anime character, and this figure, not as much. I mean, it still kind of has slightly weird proportions, but overall, I think it's a pretty faithful recreation. It looks pretty good, and it is just chock full of detail. Loads and loads of detail. Look at that. It's painted, it's sculpted. Man, it is very, very well detailed. Everything has texturing and painting, and oh man, it's an impressive figure. Like, I don't have any connection to the game other than it looked kind of cool, and I want to get one of these now. I'm not going to because I'm pretty sure they're really expensive now, but it is an impressive looking figure. Very, very nicely detailed. I don't think I've seen a figure from Figma as detailed as this. I don't think so. It's very, very nicely done. Alright, so let's do accessories first. We have a bunch of different hands. We have the 2 fist hands that come on them in the package, 2 gun hands, 2 relaxed hands, and then 2 different sets of gripping hands with different sized grips. We do have his pistol. I'm guessing that's a pistol. I mean, it looks like a pistol, which very, very nicely detailed. Incredibly well detailed. And then we have his straight razor, the size of a person, which is also, again, very nicely detailed, and it does have a functioning hinge in it. So that's pretty cool. And then lastly, of course, we have our Figma display stand, which all Figmas come with. It's kind of a nice touch. Alright, so it looks fantastic. How does it articulate, you say? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let's pop it off. We have a ball hinge with a ball peg connected to the top of the head, and then a straight hinge, or a straight peg down here. So it's going to be a little tricky to do much with it without taking it apart and readjusting that hinge. You're going to get your side to side, of course, from the straight peg, and then your hinge from the hinge. But if you want to lean side to side, you're going to have to either use the neck like I am now, which is just on a giant ball peg, or you're going to have to take the head off, rotate that hinge, and then lean the head from side to side. But since there's a ball peg on the top of the hinge, you do get a little bit of wiggle, which is pretty nice. So all around, that's a really nice thing. You have a floating scarf and then a ball peg for the neck underneath that. So really good range. This is soft material. For the shoulders, we have a ball peg connecting the arm to the torso. Then we have our hinge, which gives you really good range. Very nicely executed. You do get a bicep swivel up there. And the coat is all very soft, so it won't get in the way too much. It does a little bit going forward, but that's not actually the coat that's stopping it. That's the underneath part, the hard torso. So not the best range going forward, but it's pretty close. All right, and then we have our ball peg connecting the elbow to the bicep, and then we have the hinge, the ball hinge on the standard ball hinge underneath that ball peg. So it's a lot like a Solid Snake, which is fine. You get better than 90, and it rotates around, so that's all right. For the wrists, we have little tiny ball hinges, and they have good range, so that's good. I believe for the torso, we have a ball peg up here and then another ball peg down here. That's what it seems like. That's what it feels like. It moves like it. But I can't say 100% for sure because I don't want to go crazy trying to take this thing apart since I'm only borrowing it. But it has decent enough range. The lower torso has less than the upper torso, but you can get decent. Like, it's leaning back pretty far. Leans forward pretty far, side to side, rotation. I mean, it's all there. It's pretty good. The bottom part of the coat does have hinges, little tiny Figma hinges on there, so they can rotate, of course, as you may want. So that's pretty nice. Not good to look at underneath, but don't do that, and you don't have to worry about it. Why would you look there anyway? Don't be weird. You have a 3-way ball peg again, so one going into the torso and then one into each hip. They don't spread out that far, but I don't think you need to do like full splits with this guy. He doesn't strike me as that kind of character, so that's okay. You can bring the legs pretty far forward, but the crotch, even though it's squishy, He does have a squishy crotch, by the way. It does get in the way a little bit, so not the best range. Good enough range, but not the best. The leg does go all the way back, though, so if you really wanted him to run like that, you could, or maybe just do some stretches. It's fine. Thigh swivel. It's a little stiff. Sometimes Figma's legs pop off when you try to use the thigh swivel. And then we have our single jointed knee, which gives him really good range. It's not really the right color, but it doesn't stand out too much because there's just so much detail everywhere that it's kind of hard to notice things like that. But it is kind of shiny and the wrong color, so be aware of that. And then for the ankle, we have a ball peg, ball hinge combo again, just like the elbows. So it works kind of like the Storm Collectibles original Mortal Kombat ankles. Actually, I think they're all the same still. So you don't get that much range going forward, though. And you get decent going back, and then you can, of course, rotate it around for an ankle rocker. So that works. Then you have a toe hinge. So yeah, it's your standard Figma, just loaded with detail, tons and tons of detail. Can't really, I don't know, you can't complain about that. It looks awesome. A little lanky, I think. Maybe it's like that in the game. I don't remember that being the case from what I've seen, but he's a little bit lanky, but all around, just awesome. This is a floating belt, by the way. Maybe it connects. Yeah, it connects in the back somewhere. But still, really, really well executed. All around, great looking figure. If you were thinking about getting one, you should get one. They're awesome. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're not subscribed, you may want to consider doing that because I do have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.